Good morning. I've been having a day of abundance and an overflowing spirit. I've been enjoying my trucking journey today and thinking about many things. Decided to try to make this video to try to get some of the things off my chest and see if I can make something good, a recording of it. I don't have really an outline or I haven't well prepared, so we'll see how it goes. But some of the things I was thinking about up early this morning. I got up naturally way before my alarm at 3 a.m. I woke up naturally and decided to go ahead and start rolling. Did my normal morning routine is to set some food out where I can reach it and just start rolling. I don't do like a breakfast or anything. I usually do a breakfast. It's a lot of times it'll be after my first or second stop, but I have it available in case I want it. But it's just nice to just get rolling, and that was part of the feeling this morning. Was it was a stormy morning, and of course it was dark out still. Or I started rolling around 3:38. I was pretty relaxed getting up, and got rolling. Rolled through Nashville around 5 a.m. Went and did my first load check about 6 a.m. No, about 6. Might have been 6:30. Rolled in to get fuel at the same time, and there's still people there. Obviously, they won't. A lot of those guys won't even get rolling for another 2 hours. When I was at the time I was there, so it felt good to already have 150 miles done and a good chunk of the day completed, and before people are even about to get rolling. I don't know. It's and the crowd there, the people that are active and at the pumps, they're more of the I guess you'd expected the active. I don't know. There's a different kind of a crowd that is up early morning than the people that have to come in late and have to do a creative parking. I was kind of thinking of that. There's a whole other side of trucking that I don't really experience because I do get up early and drive most days. That it would be a different kind of experience if you ran later, and looking at all the people that are parked in all different kinds of places on the shoulders and in different stores and just anywhere they can. There were a couple at the making it hard to get out of the fuel aisles because they had just, I don't know, they clogged it up a little bit with where they had parked, because almost everywhere doesn't have enough parking for everybody. So it's pretty common the people who show up late, or it's not even that late. It's anywhere in the afternoon, you're risking needing to find a they call it creative parking, which means just not a real parking space. Lots of people have to do it, but that's one of the benefits of getting up early is I don't have to very often. But anyways, yeah, getting started. I don't know. It was just feeling good. It was a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be getting my work done. It's it was raining, a little bit stormy, but even that felt good. Just like it can't stop me, and I guess that's one of the threads I was thinking about. That's good about trucking, and a reason I would recommend it for people is it is a good place to learn to be a little tougher. because one of the nice things about it is all your stuff is right with you. So, like, you have this cab, like almost everywhere you go, you're going to have this cab with you, and it's warm and dry if there's a storm, or you can run AC in the summer, and you can have cool drinks in the fridge, and it's right there with you. And you can have your jackets, you can have any kind of gear, and all the tools will be right there, so you don't have to worry about forgetting anything. For the most part, it's all right there with you, and you can. It's very easy to go and face like a storm or whatever it is. It's just right outside your cab, but you don't have to go far most of the time. And if it gets too much, you don't have to worry too much about it getting too much, because you can just get right back in the cab. So it's a good platform to kind of test your capabilities and expand it a little bit to be more comfortable getting out into the weather. And yeah, just knowing that whatever happens, you can deal with it. So it's a nice platform for that. And I guess getting into that mindset of being capable and having your tools with you, obviously helps a lot with that too. That Yeah. So I appreciate that about trucking, and that was one of the things I was hoping it would do for me, is make me a little tougher, and I think it did. I've definitely noticed a shift in how I handle problems. Part of that is how useless my calling into my dispatch or whatever, safety or whatever. They haven't been particularly helpful. It's always ended up being me that's had to figure out what to do anyways. So it sort of forced me to learn to just go ahead and figure it out. Don't just skip the step of calling them, because like they're just going to have me figure it out. So I just might as well just figure it out. So that's been a good benefit of trucking. And I've been grateful, thankful that I have the ability. I don't know where I got it from or how to give it to others, but I do have an ability to appreciate the storm, the trees, the rocks, the lighting as I break through the storm. I was outside of Knoxville, that I started breaking through the storm, and the light was good. And yeah, just being able to appreciate that makes me wealthy beyond the dollar figure. Like there's plenty of rich people that don't have the health that I do, don't have the ability to see and appreciate even what they have the way that I do. So to them, their wealth is not as impactful as just simple things to me. And I think that's part of life is, I think in some ways, sometimes, attaining wealth hopefully gives you or encourages the growth of a person in a way that helps them handle it better, but not always. And there's plenty of ways that goes wrong. But that's what I aim for, is to be the sort of person that could appreciate good in my life. That if I do become more successful, more wealthy, that it would be good to me, that it wouldn't be something that leads me further off the path, or into darkness, but it would be something that would be good, and good for me and good for those around me, that I would know how to use it well. So thinking about that, and yeah, recognizing that although my life isn't where I'd like it to be, I'd like to have been here 20 years ago. On the other hand, I wouldn't have known how to get to where I am 20 years ago. As far as like, and mentally is a big part of it. Mentally and developmentally, our culture isn't raising people on a cognitive level to a high standard, and we've lost almost the ability or the knowledge of what that even looks like and feels like. And I feel like I've done some work towards recapturing that in my life. And I think that will help me, I hope, to go forward in a better way. And some of the major things that could have happened, that I see a lot of places, is people trapped in relationships that they got into when they were young and foolish, because our culture doesn't know how to do anything else. Like, there's a lot of, it seems like the wisdom has been forgotten, to a large degree. So they can't help. I mean, it's not a dig on them really, because there was no wisdom wasn't offered to most people. And we've lost, we've lost touch with reality. We don't know what's going on. I feel like I've gotten some better at that. I have a vision for what reality could be and what it is in my life. I'm starting to get a better grip on it. And that's, I think, encouraging. And a part of what I'd like to do in my life is figure out how to help people get to a similar place without having to go through the struggle that I did. I went through a long, dark period of 20 years, give or take, of being in real darkness, that wasn't good. But it was part of the process, for me at least, that brought me to where I am. And brought me here. I'm so thankful for not having more baggage than I do. I could have been wounded so many ways, that I wasn't, to get to this point. I could have failed relationships. That's a big one that I could have easily had, because I would have been foolish and I would have not known what to even look for, how to do anything. I feel like a lot of people are like that. There's too much that they don't know. And then, on top of that, being human we are flawed. So that doesn't help, but the base starting point isn't good for most people. And so they end up with these relationships that are broken and twisted, people that don't care for or respect, or even they hate each other. And they've been through a couple of different, many people will be through a couple different relationships by now, have a handful of kids, that various levels of disrespect and distrust and disharmony. So I don't have any of that, which is really good. I'm at a good spot as far as what could have been my life. But I am in a difficult spot as far as going forward, like what I'd like in my life. I'd like a lot more. I would like a family of my own. But I'm hoping that I can actually use what I've learned and try to look for something better than I see most people have. And I don't know where to find that. It's really hard. I have the hope. I hope that there is such a thing as true love, and that I could find it, but I don't know. I don't know where to look. I don't know who knows about it, and what's real and what's a fiction. So that is something I still have a chance to do. I don't know if it's not guaranteed that I will do successfully anything, but that is something I hope for, and I think along those lines, like what I was saying, is trying to help other people get to where I am. I feel like there's a lot of people in the world that see me out kind of alone. I've been lonely, and I've been on a path alone a long time. But I've come to realize that I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to the world that you live in, most of you. I've broken through in a way and seen a world that I want to live in, and I want to help bring other people with me. And I don't know how to convince it. In some ways it's a leap of faith to try to convince people that there is something better. Maybe people become desperate enough that they're willing to entertain some new ideas. And generally, though, the way I look at it is, there isn't like a magic solution. There isn't like a special trick or something like that. Generally, it's simple stuff, doing basics, which many of the basics we've actually forgotten now. But it is just simple, basic stuff that most people should be able to do. But I don't have a lot of proof yet. So that will be part of my life, is hopefully if I can do well, I can prove that I have something worthwhile to share. But I hope that if I am correct, that I will find ways to communicate what I see so that others can follow if they wish, or try their own path of some sort, some variation. There is a lot, I think, that we are missing in general in our culture, in our society. There's a lot to be found and relearned and rediscovered. I'd like to be a part of a group that sets its minds together towards working, so that we don't all have to individually work out the entire world by ourselves. That's too much. But hopefully I can find people to work with, to live with, to grow with, that are going in the same direction. And I don't mean to be ordinary or fit in, or like that's some like a criticism or I don't know, some people notice that I want to be better. I want to be better than average. Yes, I do. I think I want to aim higher, go further, do more. And there's just so much in life. That's one of the things. It's such a tragedy, such a genuine tragedy, how people throw their lives away into, I don't know, mundane, basic, stupid stuff. That's not worth noticing, not worth remembering, not worth sharing. And there's so much in life. There's so much to do. Like I just ran into another thing I want to learn to do. Ran into somebody talking about storytelling and writing. And I'll put it on the long list of things I'd like to get around to. I don't know how I'm going to sort through what to prioritize and what to do next. There's just so many things I want to do. But so many ways to learn to grow, to get better as a person. I'd like to, one of the big things I'm missing is other people that want to travel in the same direction. I don't know how to find people like that, or like if it is lonely because there's not a lot of people traveling like this. It's difficult. I can't expect to find many. But along the way, I hope I'll bump into a few, and I need to do a better job of um, keeping up with people that I like that I meet. But that's one of the things. One of the things I got from Hermosi that he was talking about is how your friends influence your trajectory. The people that you hang around with influence your your standards and your what you think of what you think is normal. And I'm in some ways glad that I've been alone in a lot of ways. That I don't have like a cohort of people that I have to break away from to go be the thing I want to be. The people that I know, the people that I'm friends with, I'm very happy with who that is and who they are. And I'd like to find more people that want to aim higher and do better and are, I don't know, have like a victory mindset or but also like hard work mindset, not just like we're not going to get some special cheat code. We're not waiting for somebody else to come save us. We need to do the work, be faithful, plant good seeds, learn to be good people, and learn to take power in our own lives, and then eventually serve others. I think that's, I don't know, it's going to seem like maybe a trope or something, but I do think that's where I'm going to find a lot of satisfaction. I've recognized that I've ran to it seems like the limit's very close, or it's a very low bar of, or I don't know how to, I'm not describing it well, but self-satisfaction, just getting stuff for me doesn't feel good long term, or like it's super easy to just get to the end of that and be like trying to find some other thing to do or to have that I want that makes me feel good, and it just doesn't make, like, whatever it is that I can look around and think, and it just doesn't make me feel that good. It's like, what if I went and got that? It wouldn't do that much for me. I think the path towards like genuine satisfaction, or at least something I want to try next, is to figure out how to serve other people in a way that I think that feeling when somebody wants you to be there, or like that you know that you're adding something valuable, that they like that you're there, and you know that they like that you're there, like that feels good to me. And I like some of the interactions I get to have in this trucking job, that I get to actually help deliver something people are waiting for, and I'm working with other people and getting our jobs done. Forklift drivers and crane operators and other drivers and stuff, that we have to work together in tight spaces and stuff. And there's a little bit of that where I can get that, a little bit of a taste of that, where it's so much better. Like, there's a lot of people that they'll fight for what's theirs. I was first in line and da 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 da. But the guy comes to you and says, our crane's already set up for this other guy, so we're just going to take him first. Being chill and just, yeah, sure. It's so much better. It's so much better. And being able to find a way, like get out of your truck and go help somebody park, or help somebody figure out what to do with their tarps, or I don't know, especially some guy that's new. I ran into a new guy the last load I picked up, able to help him a little bit, and that just feels so much better than what anything I could have done for myself. And so that's something I want to develop more, is figure out what I can do that's genuinely, like, sometimes it feels like if you try to offer service, it, like, the places that are set up to let you do that, they have this kind of very narrow band that doesn't really fit you very well. And so that I don't. I think learning to serve is will be that I am expecting it to be an actual skill that I need to learn of like how to do it right, how to find the right situations to do it in, and like what fits me. So that's a future thing, but I think, and I think that's the way. I don't know if it feels like that would be how a community could get started if there were people working together that weren't. I feel like a lot of our ethos has been around the self-interested person and like building up systems and things around expecting people to be self-interested and maximize their own self-interest, and that provides the tension and the balance that or that's what people are looking for to provide the correct balance. And I don't think it's working. I think if we could find if we could live in a place where people are genuinely concerned for one another, I think that's where community might start. And there is a problem of parasites. Like, what do you do? How do you handle parasites in that situation? But maybe you just let them. I don't know. Just recognize. There's some situations where you can't fix every problem, and the problem of parasites is better than the problem of everybody a cutthroat society. Where that's one of the things I was thinking about. Just saw another piece on the gambling epidemic, and it's just another example of how our culture is okay with basically preying on its members. Like, businesses set up their business model is capitalizing on the utter failure of people. Like, that's their business model. Their business model is taking advantage of the failures, and some catastrophic failures, of how people are weak and vulnerable. So awful. And that's accepted. And we've codified it. That shareholder, what is that? Fiduciary responsibility. That is something just disgusts me. Absolutely disgusting. That we make it into law. So it's like it's distributed greed. So we don't each individually have to feel like we're greedy. We can make it a law, and we can make it like this system, so it can't be like pinpointed for who did the awful thing, but we all participate in doing the awful thing to each other and to the world and whatever else. Yeah, there's a lot there, but maybe we can do something better. Maybe we can live better. I think we can. I'd like to live in a better place, and I would like to be part of making that happen. And I don't think we have to save the whole world. We don't have to gain control of everything or know everything, or know every. Like, we can be limited in our power and limited in our wisdom and still do good. I think we can still manage that. So I think that's a pretty good ramble for now.